Hey guys, what's up? My name is Naku, and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing a game review for Dead Frontier for PC. So before I start off, I have no clue. I didn't do any background research of this game. However, I've been playing it for a long time now, and I thought it best if I give it a little bit of a review, just to, give you guys hopes up, so if it will give you guys any interest in the game whatsoever, and my opinions of it. So basically, this game is like a top-down zombie apocalypse game where you can create your own character and control it and carry out tasks throughout the entire game. It's a multiplayer friendly game. However, if you don't possess the strong internet connection like I do, go over and play it in offline mode, which to me is a better, more intimate experience. You guys get stuff done, and it's not like everybody's doing the same task as you. You're just going throughout the world by yourself, and you can get a good grip on the game and its concepts. So now that's the general idea. The game itself is in top-down view and actually possesses many elements such as scavenging and great gameplay mechanics such as noise detection. Now, the main reason that it just drew me to it was the noise detection, because I really and truly went into the game blind. I thought it would be like any other zombie shooter game. Once you have the weapon in hand, the AIs won't be able to detect sound, and you guys can go sniping off enemies really easily, and so on, because they're zombies, they're dead. I'm pretty sure their hearing loss isn't that intact, but the fact that the game gives you this mechanic, it was really appealing to me. So that's one thing. The other aspect of the gameplay is the missions that they give you. The missions when you first start off, you're gonna be in some place called Nastia's Holdout, or Nastia. I'm not really sure of the pronunciation. However, she's gonna be giving you missions for a while, and you can carry them out as you see fit. These missions also contain key plots of the storyline and can help you advance a little bit in the leveling system. I'll also get to the leveling system in a minute, but before that, I'm going to talk to you about outposts. There are the original standing outposts, which are Nasia's outposts, and a few others that you'll encounter throughout the entire game. I never really bothered to explore it that much, so I won't have the proper grasp of it. However, if you do decide to do so, you're gonna be needing your own private outpost, which is made by, finding a house and barricading it and eliminating whatever enemies reside in. Once you have your private outpost ready, you can position it tactically in order to advance to certain key points. Note, you're not gonna be the other outposts I mentioned before. It's not going to be that easy to get to, so it's not like a walk and skip, though you're going to have to actually work your way towards that outpost. Anyway, back to what I was going to say before. So, the leveling system in the game is actually really, I wouldn't say unique, however, it is really interesting. Depending on your character choices, your leveling gives you certain permissions. For example, if you make the decision, like I did at first, to choose a military corporal or soldier or whatever he is, you're gonna start off the game with an SMK and a few extra perks and skills which will come in handy in future. However, one thing that you will need in future is armor. And instead of, going and buying armor and then having to pay someone to repair it, you can start off as an engineer and do it yourself. Other more pertinent options in the game are the doctor and and the chef. The doctor, the farmer, and the chef. The chef can cook anything, any piece of food you have. The farmer gets 1 food per day, and the doctor creates medicine, I think. I'm not too sure how all the perks work out, but it does. So keep these choices in mind when you're choosing your character if you decide to play the game yourself. Another thing that I also think was really good about it was the fact that the locations of the other outposts are realistic in a sense, because, you know, putting the outposts close together on this huge map, it's not going to be that easy to get to it in a day. So if you want to grind for XP, you're going to spend a lot of time trying to travel between outposts. And so it's really and truly best to, you know, stick to one outpost, complete as many missions as you can, and then move to other one. I'll leave links to the description below on your grinding and stuff. But other than that, those are my key interests in the game. However, before the game was released in a private launcher for a private client, you had to use a browser, with Unity installed. To be honest, that wasn't really much of a bad thing. I thought getting their own private client was really good, and you can have more perks that come along with it. However, that's where it failed in that aspect, mainly because I was expecting a lot more with the new launcher. I thought in the new launcher you can access your inventory on demand without having to, well, not really on demand. There is a timer when accessing inventory, which is also another good point. However, these are my little critics. So, I really and truly thought that in the new browser, in the new launcher, you could have accessed your inventory through that client. However, you still have to go back to your browser, just open up your inventory and take out an item. I really and truly find that pestersome in the case, because because they could have built that in. Another thing I didn't like back in the old version was that there was a limited options to what your character can look like. Your character can either look like a male or female, and that's not really the problem. The problem is the customization. It's really limited to the amount of, you know, choices. I thought in the new launcher you could have expanded on that a lot, instead of having these standard looking faces. So you could have really improved in that aspect. You could have also, you know, have this little UI system that could have been really put into the gameplay. Also, the top-down feature really gets annoying after a while, because even though it's really good, even though it has its pros and cons, the pros being that you can see enemies that are behind you from a distance. The cons to this are that certain areas there's nothing to expect. One thing that I really wanted to see was a little bit of horror. It's a zombie game. There's supposed to be horror in it, or a little bit of thrill seeking, but I really and truly wanted to see horror. Something more on the lines of Dead Space, I think you can say, since the concept of the story also involves, you know, finding a medicine or a vaccine to cure, you know, the infected citizens. However, I really and truly believe that if they inserted some sort of mechanic, you move the top-down feature when you're indoors, and it goes into first-person mode, that would be really interesting. It would give, you know, the player a little bit more of a hard time. However, it's great for positioning jump scares or basic terror. Also, you can add a better, you know, animation for the zombies, instead of, you know, they see you and they walk up to you. No, that wasn't really that terrifying. The most terrifying thing about that game was the hordes of zombies. And the flaming one, you guys will know that yourself when you play it. However, when it's night, I want to see a little bit more. That's one of my pet peeves I have of the game. One thing they can do, though, that they really actually need to improve upon, is the sense of it making the game a little bit more free. And you guys will realize this when you're playing this, unless you have like cash. It's basically like your average Facebook game, I can say. Please don't be offended, but it is kind of like your average Facebook game if you don't, use your money to go and get like stuff like credits or premium memberships. It's really pessimism. I really do hate those types of games. I don't mind perks at all, or like bonus features. I don't really mind pay for perks or anything, because, those weapons, I get it. You guys want a way to get your servers run or anything. But still, I really and truly do hate those types of games. I really hope in future that I won't be able to make those types of games. But other than that, yeah, it really takes the experience of play for perks, takes a little bit away from you. And paying too much, on the other hand, is really unnerving. So yeah, but those are my only pet peeves. So with the game, my only beef with the game. If I think of more, I will make sure to mention it in another video, but not this one. Other than that, the gameplay is remarkably good. Playing in single player by itself is really good. I enjoyed that aspect of the game a lot, actually. So I really and truly think that the game has potential. If you guys just brush up on those few areas, then maybe the experience will be a lot better. Also, I know you guys have your own private client side launch. You guys can do a lot more with it. There's better technology these days, so you guys can either choose, to improve like custom shading, a few things like custom shading, better models, more options, yeah, sort of those things. A little bit more realism, so never hurt. And other than that, yeah, you guys, I'm pretty sure the developers would do great things. So, yeah, that's my review. If you disagree with anything I have to say, or have any other opinions based on the game review, just make sure to mention it in the comments below. Other than that, I'm Naku, and I'll see you guys in another video.